In this video, we're going to talk about finding missing side and angle lengths. So, to find the missing side lengths, you're going to find the value of x. So, we're still going to use our your new phrase, SOHCAHTOA. So, to find SOHCAHTOA, to use SOHCAHTOA, you're going to use the angle that you know, and then you're going to look and determine. So, 64. So, I have 64, and I need to figure out what other things I have. I have an opposite side and a hypotenuse. So the opposite side and the hypotenuse tells me I'm going to use sine. So I'm going to have sine of 64 equals x over 25. So then I'm going to solve for x. So I'm going to take sine of 64 and multiply by 25. And you can use Desmos for this, or you can use TI-84, or you can use a scientific calculator. They all have the trig functions on them. And if yours doesn't, Desmos does, and if you need me to show you that, just shoot me an email and I'd be happy to show you how that works. So, and make sure your calculator is in degree mode, otherwise you'll get weird answers. So x equals 22.5 when you do that. When you multiply sine of 64 degrees by 25. Alright, and then we have here, we're going to use 18 degrees. So we have 18, and we got to figure out what we have and what we want to use. Well, I have a hypotenuse, so we know it's not tangent. So if it's a hypotenuse, it's going to go on the bottom. And then I have an adjacent. So adjacent and hypotenuse is cosine. So then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take and solve for x. So x equals 32.3 when you're in degree mode. If you're in radian mode, again, it doesn't work. You'll get weird answers, and they'll be wrong every single time. And if you need help, I will post a little thing to show you how to make Desmos in degree mode instead of radian mode, because it defaults to radian mode. Okay. So here we have angle 63, so 63 degrees, and we have opposite and hypotenuse, so we have sine, and then but x is on the bottom this time. So you could solve this by multiplying both sides by x and then dividing by sine of 63, but when you have it like this, you can just switch those two. So you can have x equals 27 over sine of 63. Go away. Too many things. Sine of 63. And then when you do that, you get 30.3. Let's write that so you can actually read it. Would be probably a good plan, huh? Alright, so that's how you do it if you find missing side lengths. And then if you want to find missing angle measures, so if you know the ratio, you can use the inverse ratio. So you can use, theta equals inverse sine of x. And if you're on a calculator, that's probably going to be your second and then your sine. But if you're on Desmos, you just hit the functions, or you can just type it in like that. And then same with cosine. All of them have an inverse. For now. Well, they all have an inverse, it just depends. We'll talk about that in a little bit. So we'll do 7 and 8. There are 9 and 10 on the next page, but I'm not going to make you do the word problems because I know you hate them so very much. So I'm being nice, you're welcome. So we'll just do 7 and 8. So we want to find the missing angle here, and we're going to round it the nearest tenth. Also, make sure your calculator is in degree mode, not radian mode. You're going to get tired of me saying that, but make sure it is, because 90% of the issues you'll have is your calculator's in the wrong mode. And if you need help determining how to put your calculator in the right mode, let me know. Alright, so we have this angle here that we don't know, but we have opposite and adjacent. So opposite and adjacent means tangent. So I have tangent of theta, and then 8 over 14. So what I'm going to do is take tangent, the inverse of tangent of 8 over 14, and that's going to plug that in my calculator, and that'll give me some angle measure, which is 29.4 degrees. Alright, then last but not least, this is our angle here, and then we have hypotenuse, because this guy right here is our hypotenuse, and then this thing right here is adjacent. So we're going to use cosine. Cosine of theta equals 38 over 40. So if I take the inverse cosine of 38 over 40, that'll give me 18.2 degrees. If you don't get these numbers, let me know. And you're having a hard time, just send me an email. I'm more than happy to help. Hope y'all are doing well. I miss y'all.